I guess there's a couple plays that really you guys made plays. Your interception obviously got wiped out. A couple other like a touchdown gets wiped out by holding. Like how frustrating is it to be that close and just have those little small details go against you?
It's very frustrating, and that's something we got to fix as a team, and something we will continue to work on.
What was your takeaway from the game overall?
We just got to stop beating ourselves for like turnovers, penalties. We beating ourselves at the end of the day. It was a good game at halftime. We just got to finish strong, and that's what we didn't do today.
How did you feel being back out there? I mean, you made some big plays to keep you guys in it early on.
Yes, sir. It felt good. After coming back from this oblique injury, it felt really good being out there with my guys. I felt good personally, so hopefully my play reflected that. And yeah, keep going.
Fields' mobility looked to give you guys troubles there. When something like that going on, how do you go about trying to correct that?
We just got to be aware of him. We got to make calls to the D linemen to make sure they're aware of him as well. And that's just something we didn't do clearly, and we lost the game.
So, Divine, in terms of the defense, I mean, where do you guys go from here? You played a relatively good game for the most part, but what's the next steps for you guys?
I feel like stopping the run game is most important. We haven't done that, I don't think, a single time this season. So first stop the run game and then go from there.
What do you think the biggest issue is in doing that, stopping the running game?
Assignments. I feel like some of the guys are doing their own thing, and we just got to make sure we're one piece. 1-11 piece. You got to make sure you do your job. That way, these linebackers, we can do our job, and the safeties can do their job, instead of worrying about, there's not an edge now, so we got to go around and just over there.
You faced LeVar Jackson and were able to contain him a lot better than today with Justin Fields. What do you attribute that to?
I feel like their run game. They just got ahead. I have no answer for that. I'm gonna be honest. I can't tell you. I wish I knew.
Divine, how does it impact the defense, when things start to kind of go downhill, especially on the offensive side of the ball? Does that impact you guys at all, mentally, physically?
We try not to let it. We just try to go to the next play, keep going, pretend like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard, and that's our goal every time we go out there.
Got off to a good start. First drive, 70-yard touchdown drive. What do you think kind of went wrong for you guys offensively after that?
Just beating ourselves. Turnovers. We can't keep doing that to ourselves, and then after that, momentum kind of swings, and it's kind of tough to come back from it. So, like I said, we just gotta learn not to beat ourselves, and then try to fix all the little mistakes and come back next week and hopefully get a different result.
You think y'all could benefit from being more aggressive in certain situations, kind of when you get behind in games?
I mean, it depends. In certain situations, I think that is the best way to go. But in other situations, we got to just stick with the game plan and see what works out best. And at the end of the day, that's not my call too. So I just kind of let the people whose job that is do their job. So.
Obviously down Devontae and Jacoby today, but it seemed like there have been more opportunities for you guys at wideout. But then you guys, wide receivers, didn't even get a target till late in the first half. Was that kind of surprising to you how that kind of unfolded?
The flow of the game, like always, is a big factor in that. And that's just not the plays that was called right now for us to be successful. So we just do our job blocking if that's the case, and if that's how we got to win, that's how we got to win. So that's pretty much it.
Did it feel like it was a snowball effect? Like you would make a couple good plays and then all of a sudden, boom, something would happen negative and a couple more negative plays?
Yeah, but that's football. We just got to learn how to deal with the adversity. And, bad plays are going to happen. It's better to try to limit them, but if you can, I think the biggest thing is trying to bounce back from them and see and keep playing after them. You know what I mean? So, it's just the reality of the game. You just got to do better at dealing with adversity.
Seemed like the referees made a lot of questionable calls that went against the Raiders, and they missed a late hit. Hitting you looked like a personal foul. How do you feel about how the game was called today?
You just got to control what you can control. At the end of the day, if you don't make questionable plays and leave it up to the ref to kind of affect the game, then you don't have to deal with it at all. And like you said, the late hit was a late hit. I don't agree with it. It was on me too, so I felt a little personal about it. But at the end of the day, it's football, and you just got to get up and play the next play.
That first drive, you guys were moving the ball. What do you think was the biggest difference the rest of the way for that you just kind of couldn't get into the rhythm there?
I said it's just the momentum. And then, like I said, the turnovers played a big part, and not capitalizing on certain opportunities we got on offense too. So we just got to try to stay ahead of sticks and keep moving forward, and try to, like I said, bounce back from adverse situations like turnovers. So, and that's the biggest thing.
This team's already dealt with a lot of adversity. Like for you, how do you try to set your mind right to get into the next week in preparation after adversity, whether it's injuries or things on the field or the game?
I mean, just being where my feet are, you know what I mean? You only can control what you can control, and you don't want to be worried about anything that happened in the past that you probably didn't have any control over. So like I said, you just got to stay focused on what's in front of you and what's next. We got another game, we got to focus on that, and hopefully we come out with a different outcome.
Thank you.
Is that kind of the key to where the offense has gone? Really, this season just hasn't been clean enough, consistent enough.
Yeah, man. You know, we're driving. I can't put the ball on the ground when we're in the goal zone, red zone. And then if we're driving, we can't have holding calls, can't have a legal man downfield. We can't. You know, it's a lot of things, man. And everyone's playing a part in it. And we just got to be better. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot because, shoot, you know, we already got a lot of guys down. We got a lot of guys having to step up. So, you know, the job is hard enough, you know, and that's a good football team. So, like I said, Raiders can't play Raiders, and we'll respond.
As a veteran, how do you take from this experience, and you've got a lot of it, and how do you try to help this team bounce back with all the things that you've had behind you and in your past?
I mean, it's a lot to play for. You know, it's still early. You know, we still got our division ahead of us still. We can continue to learn and, you know, build off of this. And I think that we got to get better in the middle eight. You know, second quarter, third quarter, I think we got to be better there. And there's a lot of encouragement. You know, you see plays where we're executing, and you know, we're going to keep leaning on that and understanding that we got to be better than just spurts. You know, I think that's the main thing we need to focus on.
Ameer, to that point, what is the key to not playing in spurts and making that good play go forward?
Man, next play mentality. You know, next play mentality. I think we can't hang on to anything. You know, whether that's a good play or a bad play. I think we just need to continue to say next play.
What's next for the offense in general? Where do you guys go from here?
Back to the drawing board. You know, we got a long season. What was that, game 6? Man, we got 11 more games. So, yeah, back to the drawing board.
You're a veteran, obviously. What have you learned from your time in the league that can help these guys get through what you're going through right now?
Man, I've seen a lot of big turnarounds. I've been around teams that we started 1-5 and then we ended up making the playoffs. You know, so it darn sure isn't over. You know, and we got a lot of ball to play and we got a lot to build upon.
You can blame things on fumbles, you can blame things on picks, but everything starts up front. So if anybody wants to blame anybody, blame me. You know, we need to be better. And, you know, it's so great is we have 11 weeks to get better. And what I love about this team is we're resilient. We're going to go to the drawing board and we're going to get it done. So, you know, can't put the ball on the ground, can't throw the picks, can't give them the ball. Got to play complementary football. Like, it's getting repetitive. You know, what's so great is you drop a rock on your foot a couple times. You know, next time you're not going to drop it on your foot. So we're just going to go to the drawing board and try and get better. And that's what's so great about this team. So.
And what about the penalties? You mentioned the offensive line going through those mistakes. How do you fix that?
How do we fix that? Just going back to practice, going to the film and hammering it home, making it a priority. And that's what we're going to do. That's what this team's going to do. You know, even though, you know, you look at our record and it doesn't show, you know, a upward trend. We're going to get there. And, you know, that's I'm going to say that's what great about this program is, you know, we're going to keep going. So.